PPs, welcome back. It's been a minute. We released an episode on Monday, but since then, it's been madness in the NBA. Guys, it's episode 30. Thanks a lot for joining us today, and today we will be joined by a big-name UCLA basketball commit, but right now I think we got to talk some NBA free agency.
That's right, TCB. Answer me this.
What?
To start off NBA free agency, which has been bigger, DeMarcus Cousins to the Warriors or LA Bron?
Wow, which has been bigger? Okay, answer me this. Are you talking next season, or are you talking for the long haul?
Which was the bigger, the more surprising, the biggest impact in free agency?
Okay, so
What did people react to the most?
Wow. So here's the thing. People were thinking that LeBron might be going to LA. Obviously, I was hoping or thinking that he might stay in Cleveland. So that obviously more people than not thought that LeBron was going to go to LA. In fact, we put a PP poll out, and it was 51% to 49% of people thinking he would be in LA next season. So I believe that the DeMarcus Cousins move was way, way crazier because nobody saw that coming. Nobody. And I thought personally that it swept the LeBron news under the rug almost. Nobody was talking about LeBron after Boogie signed with the Warriors for that $5.3 million.
And that is a darn shame.
It is.
You got the GOAT moving conferences, moving coast to coast, basically,
right,
to play for the LA Lakers, and it's just swept under the rug by Boogie joining the super team.
Right, and I mean, in our group chat, it was mania. It was way more crazy when Boogie went to Golden State. But, Pop, listen, what do you think about this Golden State? It's more than a super team now.
Let me tell you, first off, people are talking, and it's not good things about Boogie. I'm sick to my stomach because of this move. Every time I look at my phone and a picture of DeMarcus Cousins come up, I'm just roll my eyes like, oh my goodness. I want to boycott the league, but I can't. I'll stay strong. Yes, this, in my opinion, hurts the league, which we can discuss that. But is it the best move for Boogie? Yes, we can't agree. We can't disagree on that. He's coming off a big Achilles injury, and he probably might not come. He might not come back like old Boogie. But still, you're adding one of the best centers in the league. It's aggravating. Like, I hate the Warriors because of it, because they're getting too good.
Right.
Yes, it's their job, but Boogie, you could have gone somewhere else. Don't tell the media you got 0 offers.
It's true.
No,
he got no offers. He got no offers in the window of free agency. That is true. However, he was not interested in the 2-year $40 million that the Pelicans offered him at the end of the season.
But then you're interested in a 1-year $5 million, 5.3 or 5.8, whatever it was.
Okay. Listen, the reason he's doing this is he's not going to be ready until at least January to step foot on the court. So there's no team willing to pay him, say, $25 to $30 million to sit on the bench guaranteed that season. The Warriors is the only team that would say, okay, here you are, Boogie. You're not going to play. And when you do play, you're not going to get that many touches because look who we have. We have Steph, Clay, Curry, or Steph, obviously, KD. They have everybody over there in Golden State. So this is the perfect situation for both Golden State and for Boogie. He gets 1 year to prove to his doubters, his haters that didn't offer him contracts, that yes, I am still the old Boogie Cousins. And then next summer, when his contract is up in Golden State, he's going to get the big deal that he needs if he's able to perform. Because like Pop, you were saying, coming off this Achilles injury, people just aren't the same.
How is he benefiting, or how is he proving people wrong if he's not getting the touches he deserves? He's going to maybe put up above average numbers, maybe average. Mm-hmm. How does that show anyone, oh, I'm back to the old Boogie? It doesn't. It does not. If you're coming off the bench, I heard that they want him to come off the bench.
He will, yeah. He definitely will.
That hurts him as a player. Mm-mm. Why would you agree to that? That hurts your career. Yes, you get a ring, but that ring means barely nothing.
That's not true.
If you're not performing like you were.
Well, he's not going to perform like he was because he's coming off of injury.
Okay, then it just doesn't make sense.
You don't think for Boogie it was a good decision?
I think for a ring, it was a good decision, but if he wants to prove himself to the league, it is not a good decision at all.
Where do you think he should have gone?
He could have stayed, signed a 2-year with New Orleans.
Yeah.
He could have gone to Boston.
You think that would have been better for him?
Absolutely.
I don't know about that.
Brad Stevens?
But okay, yeah, Brad Stevens. Sure. Steve Kerr's a great coach, too.
Oh, dude, come on.
He is.
Come on.
People don't give him his due. People don't give him his due.
He had the star power around Steve Kerr.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. His coaching gets.
I think his
pushed
coaching
under the
gets
rug.
diminished a little bit.
It's
Diminished.
Yeah, and how does that make you a good coach? I don't know. It just.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
It doesn't. I think the star power does too much to the coach, and that's a different topic.
Yeah, for sure. And the Boogie deal was crazy. It's going to make people are saying, oh, they're not going to watch the NBA. First of all, like I said, Boogie's not going to be around until like maybe the end of winter. But I still think it's going to be an intriguing league, especially with these young teams like the Boston Celtics, like the Lakers that newly added LeBron. See maybe if they can make a deal for Kawhi or another superstar. But it's still going to be an intriguing league. And I do want to talk a little bit about LeBron James. I want to talk about him going to LA and what this means for the Western Conference and going forward and what this means for LeBron, the person, the basketball player, the businessman. Deans, what do you think?
Yeah, PPs, we're not going to sweep the best player in the league going to LA under the rug. We're not going to do that to you.
Right.
This move is the biggest move since he went to Miami. I mean, he just hits us with the biggest moves. But unfortunately, they're not surrounding him with the players. I mean,
Lance Stevenson,
yeah,
big time.
Lance Stevenson, what?
Right.
The longtime rival of LeBron.
I know. It was almost like to me like, okay, I just don't want to play against Lance Stevenson anymore. Just bring him in. Bring him over. The one thing about LA that I do want to say is I think it's going to be like a tumultuous locker room situation.
Yeah. Didn't they bring in big locker room guy Rajon Rondo?
Yeah,
too?
big locker room guy Rajon Rondo, big locker room guy Lance Stevenson, big locker room guy JaVale McGee. They brought all of those guys in, and then you have Luke Walton, who's 2 years younger than Kobe Bryant. People don't Luke Walton's a young dude. He's just an up-and-comer. So I'm going to be interested to see. First of all, I think LeBron is going to do what he did to David Blatt. He's just going to say, Luke Walton, you're not the coach. I'm the coach.
He found the most beta coach he could have found, and he's just going to take over.
I feel bad for Luke Walton. I couldn't do my job as a basketball coach having LeBron James there unless the coach was somebody like a Phil Jackson with Michael Jordan that knew how to kind of rein in star potential. However, I do think that the Lakers will be good next season, but like you said, there's no chance that LeBron will win a ring in LA next year unless something absolutely crazy happens. And I think that's a waste of year for the greatest player who's going to be 34 next year.
Well, Magic said it best. He's going to give 2 summers for everything to come together. Sign LeBron, big. Next year, who's free agent?
Oh, it's going to be crazy next year.
Kawhi.
Yeah.
Got AD. Was it AD?
Yeah, Anthony Davis.
Yep.
Yep.
So I think it's a process. I don't think the Lakers are expecting to be good.
Right.
Because I'm sure they wanted to trade for Kawhi, but Spurs were just demanding for way too much. And I don't think...
You think it was a good idea for them to wait?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my problem with that. The Lakers thought or were guaranteed they thought to get Paul George this offseason. And then he goes, has a great year with OKC. Or not a great year. He had a great year personally in OKC. Playing with Russell Westbrook, who people thought was unplayable. Like, you just could not play with Russell Westbrook.
No stars wanted to be there with him.
Right.
That's what people said.
Right. And I mean, it's kind of true, but the fact that Paul George wants to stay there is a very big testament to OKC. I do think Billy Donovan is not the right coach for OKC. Man, he does not know how to coach star big ego players. He just doesn't.
Doesn't know how to mesh them together, man.
Exactly. He doesn't. He's a great college coach. What he did at Florida winning back-to-back titles is incredible. However, to pop your point, I think that Kawhi, they needed to get Kawhi this offseason because there is no guarantee that he comes back. And let's say that the Lakers they're not able to get any of those big free agents, particularly Anthony Davis. Let's say they don't get any of these big name guys and their talent is the same as this year. That's another year wasted of prime LeBron. Then he's going to be 35 years old going into 36. And I understand that LeBron is LeBron, but Father Time is undefeated. And that's all there is to it. I love seeing LeBron going to the finals because the man's 33 years old. He's not going to be in the finals this year. Like, people know that he's not going to be in the finals this year, and that's too bad.
And that is a wasted year for LeBron.
It is.
If you're not going to compete for a title, it's a wasted year.
Right. He should have gone to Golden State.
But I think we need to bring up the question, where is LeBron at in his career? Is he at the point where, all right, I'm going to take a step back, enjoy my life in LA, and spend time with family? Or is he still chasing rings? I think it's more towards the former.
Okay.
Because why would he go west? Like, because there's so many power teams in the West.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's at that stage. He hasn't came out and said it, and I don't think he will.
No, he won't.
Because that would hurt his legacy if he does. So we can't. I don't know. We have to ask that question before.
I agree with you. The one thing that I would say is when Magic Johnson said that if they don't win, it's a failure. And I do believe that's the case. For LeBron's whole tenure in LA, if they don't win one ring, let's say he's 41 and he retires as a LA Laker and they have 0 rings, I think that's a failure. I really do. I think being in LA with all those banners hanging, with the Kobe Bryants, with the Wilt Chamberlains, the Magics, and so on, you need to win one ring for LA.
And yeah, you have all those banners, you have all the tradition, but you also have an entire max contract still on the table as LA.
Right.
It's such a failure. If you have the money, the cap to sign another big guy, you don't do it, and it's just wasted. It's gone. 8 years later, nothing happens.
Right, exactly. It's just, that's all she wrote. Players moved teams, and that was huge. However, there were a few all-stars that are sticking around that were free agents that people were like a little bit uncertain to. And one that we alluded to earlier was the Paul George. Dean's big OKC fan. And you think that Paul George staying in OKC is a plus for them, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. You need superstars in this league. And he's going to be around for a long time. And honestly, I thought it was a team, like a favorable deal for the team in the long run. 4 years, $137 million. It's not that bad, in my opinion.
For sure. And I mean, even if he is kind of on the downfall, he's still a good defensive shooter. I mean, he doesn't.
Oh, he's not. I don't think he's on the downfall. I don't follow that.
Right, but I mean, 4 years down the road, if you see something at the end of the contract, whatever.
Right.
But you still have at least 2, 3, and then hopefully 4 good years of Paul George for, was it even a max?
No.
It was almost a max, but you didn't have to sign him for all your money.
Right.
And I think him staying showed more than him being, or showed that he's not just in it for the LA lifestyle. He's in it for, apparently he made good friendships with Russell Westbrook. I mean,
who knew?
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Another guy that stayed on, not surprisingly, was Kevin Durant staying in Golden State. He signed the 1-1, so that gives him a lot of flexibility, which I totally think a guy of Kevin Durant's skill set should do. I'd be interested to see if he retires a Golden State Warrior, because in my gut, I believe he will not. But yeah, KD signing on was definitely big. Another all-star that signed on, and I think this is a huge contract. The man is amazing. Some call him Cliff. Chris Paul, the 4-year, $160 million. At the age of 38, Chris Paul will be making $47 million. $47 million a year. Pop, you're the Houston Rockets guy. $47 million?
And he deserves every single penny of it.
Woo-hoo.
Man, I wish he was at least 2 years younger.
Right.
But we saw in the playoffs how valuable he is to that team. Without him, I don't think they are the number 1 team in the West. And yeah, he deserves every single penny of it. He meshes well with James Harden. He does everything right. He's a floor general. He can pass the ball. He can play defense. He's everything the Rockets need. And I don't blame him. I don't blame the Rockets for signing him. I would blame the Rockets if they signed Carmelo Anthony. Please. No. I beg of you. Do not. That is probably one of the worst decisions you can make.
Right. Yeah,
just,
I agree.
Just no Hoodie Melo, please.
Hey, him and Melo and Chris Paul are best friends. Come on. Well, can't you let some best friends play?
I don't care.
Okay, fine.
It's all about basketball.
Okay.
But yeah, Chris Paul signing, they gave him 4 years, which is a little risky, but he, as Alan said, is a floor general, right?
Yeah.
He's a smart player. So even in his 38 years of age, he's still going to be making good decisions. He's still going to have stars on his team and be able to get them the ball.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I think it's a good contract.
That is a great point. I think if it was not LeBron James, but a guy like LeBron James that plays like above the rim, but Chris Paul plays entirely below the rim. Like, I've never seen the man dunk ever. So, like, the fact that he's a great passer, good finisher for his size, I think the fact that he's going to age a little bit more gracefully than a guy, say, like Vince Carter or somebody that plays above the rim. But I think this brings up a huge question looming for the Houston Rockets. You have so much money tied down in Chris Paul. Obviously, James Harden is going to get paid. Do not lose that man. Clint Capela is still a restricted free agent. And the problem that I have with the Chris Paul deal is it doesn't leave Houston too much wiggle room to get that next guy they need to fully topple the beast that is the Golden State Warriors. And if Chris Paul would have been just a little bit more team-friendly, I think that would have helped the Houston Rockets. Pop, do you think that Houston should actively try to keep Clint Capela?
Yes. There aren't many bigs in the market right now that would fit well in the Houston Rockets system. Maybe next season with Anthony Davis, but that's a risk. You don't want to risk losing.
They couldn't pay him, I don't think.
Yeah, it would just be way too much. I think Clint Capela is the perfect guy for Houston. He fits perfectly well. Great team player. Everything they need. He's been producing for the past however many years he's been in the league.
He took such a big jump this year. It was insane.
And it's exactly what the Houston Rockets need, and they need to give him money. They need to figure something out because if they lose Clint Capela, it's going to be a rough season.
Right. I think Clint Capela is even better than a guy like DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan signing with Dallas just for a 1 year, nearly $23 million deal. I'm not as high on DeAndre Jordan as other people are, but people think that this pairing with Dennis Smith, DeAndre Jordan, and now Luka Doncic, however you want to pronounce it, is going to be lethal in the West. They might sneak into the playoffs. What do you guys think about this new formed Dallas team with DeAndre Jordan?
I think it really adds to... Okay, so remember the mock draft when I said they should draft Mo Bamba?
Yes.
I think this is their Mo Bamba with
the air
quotations.
Quotes.
Yeah. It's their big guy that's not a Dirk, who's not jogging down the floor because he can't run faster. He's a defensive presence.
Underrated. Overrated. My bad.
But he's there. He's a big guy. He could get boards. He's in the post. He's scary looking. I mean, it's a big guy for them to use. He's probably going to be their leading rebounder. And as I said, Harrison Barnes was their leading rebounder last season. He's a big guy that could maybe complete a pick and roll type of offense for Dennis Smith Jr., have Luka Doncic on the wings. I think it makes them more of a complete team, even if it's not perfect. Best they could have gotten, in my opinion.
The only problem I have with this is DeAndre Jordan is not a leader on the court, and it's a young team with a young backcourt. You have Dennis Smith Jr., obviously, and Luka Doncic. Two extremely young players adjusting to the league still. How is that going to work? A big guy who doesn't lead? DeAndre Jordan might not be that guy. Yes, he's a great player. Yes, he's a beast on the glass and just above the rim player. But is it the team chemistry that they're looking for?
Sorry. Keep
I
finish.
mean, CP3. DeAndre Jordan played with CP3 and Blake Griffin, and obviously it never worked. And now you're going to bring in a guy who's had that history, and now he's going to play with two young guys. How's it going to work? I don't know. It might be another It might be a transition season. I won't say it would be a failure. It'll just be a transition season for the Mavs.
That's fair enough. And I think I can understand where you're coming from if they didn't still have Dirk. Because Dirk is that guy. He's that leader. He's that veteran that these young guys need. And I think that's one of the only reasons why Dirk is of any value to Dallas at this point in his career. Don't get me wrong. The man is one of the greatest to ever do it. The best European player of all time. Do not get me wrong. But he is also getting up there in age, to say the least. Just search Dirk Nowitzki defense fails on YouTube sometimes. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I do believe Dirk is that guy that DeAndre Jordan isn't. And I think it's going to be an interesting team. And the more I'm thinking about this, I'm going to bring up a question with you guys that I just thought of that I think is quite interesting. If you had to put money on the Lakers, right? You got the LeBron-led Lakers. Would you put money on the fact that they miss the playoffs or make the NBA Finals? Do you think they have a better chance of missing the playoffs with all these up-and-coming West teams like the Mavericks, like all these other teams? Or do you think they make the NBA Finals beating teams like the Rockets, beating teams like the Warriors en route to the NBA Finals? What do you think it is? What would you put your money on?
Wait, who's on the Lakers? Oh, the greatest player in the league? Oh, Lonzo Ball.
Right.
Lonzo Ball? If you think the greatest player in the league and LeBron James aren't going to the championship,
Boy, he's not going to the championship. We established this. He's not. You know this.
there's a much better chance he's going to the championship than missing the playoffs. That man is not missing the playoffs.
Okay. I just think Pop, tell me now.
Yeah, come on, Toby. LeBron missing the playoffs? I
Yeah.
would say LeBron counts as 40-plus wins.
Okay.
Maybe more. Maybe more.
Okay, maybe.
I just came up with that number. There's probably a stat behind that, but more.
Okay.
He's making the playoffs. He's making that team better. And I think those young guys, Kyle Kuzma especially, Brandon Ingram, if they can just have a above average season, they'll do very well. I think because LeBron has never been I'll just say last season LeBron was not surrounded by great players or not even good players. But now you bring in LeBron to have with these young guys, young talent, young good talent, and I think it might work. I think it's going to work, and they just LeBron needs to just try to coach those guys up, help them, guide them. I think we've said on the podcast that he doesn't want that role. I might have said that, but I think he should if he wants to win.
Okay. So you think there's a better chance that he makes the NBA Finals than miss the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay.
He's not missing the playoffs.
Okay.
I will double down on that. I'll bet all my money.
You're going to bet all your money that he won't miss the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay. I'll argue the other case then, because the reason behind this is the West is so deep. First of all, my argument stands that the fact that LeBron and the Lakers are just not going to be making the NBA Finals. It's just not going to happen, okay? With the Warriors and the Rockets and the Thunder and the Jazz and all these teams that are better than the Lakers. Now, there are teams at the bottom of the West, like the Denver Nuggets, who just re-signed Nikola Jokic. I believe that they will be better than the Lakers. The Minnesota Timberwolves, which rumored that Jimmy Butler wants out, which would be a big detriment to them. However, if he were to stay, I think Jimmy Butler, Karl Anthony Towns is better than the Lakers. I think the Pelicans with Anthony Davis, they played better without Boogie last year. I think that they are going to be better than the Lakers. I think the Lakers might be the 7, 8, or 9 seed in the West. So I think there is a much, much better chance that they do not make the playoffs than make the NBA Finals.
I disagree with most of what you just said. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, so
I think
you don't think that the Nuggets have a chance to be better than the Lakers? A chance.
I think in a playoff series, LeBron is winning.
I'm not saying a playoff series that they're not going to make the playoffs. Regular season.
Then a random best-of-7 series, the Lakers are better than the Nuggets.
Yes.
So in the regular season, I would say that translates.
Okay.
The Lakers are better than the Nuggets.
Okay.
I would say the Lakers are going to be better than the Timberwolves. I don't think the Timberwolves are the real deal. I really don't. I think there's a lot of locker room issues. There's been news coming out that from sources,
baby,
that Jimmy Butler is not happy with Karl Anthony Towns.
Who knows? Why?
I think the Lakers would be better than the Clippers, better than the Spurs, better than the Nuggets, even with their signings. And then I think they could potentially be better than the Jazz, just because of LeBron.
Right. Okay.
So that's 4 or 5.
All I'm saying is that I believe there's a better chance that they miss the playoffs than make the NBA Finals. I'm not saying that they're not going to make the playoffs because I do think they'll make the playoffs. I'm just saying that I believe there is a better chance, just how deep the West is, that they have a better chance because the Rockets and the Warriors are just too good at this stage. Maybe not next time, maybe not next summer at this time, but right now they're just so much better, just talent-wise.
Can I make a deal with you?
Make a deal with me.
So, how about there's a 0% chance he makes the finals, 0% chance he misses the playoffs?
I don't think so.
Can we?
I think there's a 15% chance he misses the playoffs.
Oh.
15.
And nothing for the championship?
Mm,
you can't give
maybe
him 15
a 5.
to miss the playoffs.
Maybe okay. How about a 20% chance he misses the playoffs and a 5% chance he makes the NBA Finals? 5%. 1 out of 20.
20 is too high, man. 1 in 5 chance he misses the playoffs.
1 in 5 chance he misses the playoffs. Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
The bottom.
PP's roast this man.
No way. 20%.
Toby, here's the thing. Teams 3 through 8 in the West, standings-wise, which were the Trailblazers, Thunder, Jazz, Pelicans, Spurs, Timberwolves.
Yeah.
They were all 1 to 2 games within each other.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
LeBron can easily flip that. He can easily turn those Lakers, who are 30 games back, which would be 12 games back, to those playoff spots.
Right.
You don't think LeBron can win 12 games? I think he can.
No, I definitely do, but that's what I'm saying, is all those teams are so close. I think the Lakers will just be another one of those teams. I think they'll be a Jazz or a Thunder or a Pelicans. I think they'll be at that level. So the fact that the Nuggets didn't make the playoffs at 46 wins last year, I think that's a testament to how deep the West is. That is why I'm saying there's a better chance that LeBron and the Lakers don't make the playoffs. Just because of how condensed it is.
I agree. And I think that LeBron is going to put them over that 2-game threshold. And I don't know. I don't see him missing the playoffs at all.
Fair enough. Another name that Los Angeles had last year that I haven't heard a lick about is Isiah Thomas. This man, this time last year, was the centerpiece in a trade for Kyrie Irving, a top 5 point guard in the NBA.
And people were saying that Isiah Thomas was disrespected with this trade, too.
Right, exactly, because of the way Kyrie forced his way out of Cleveland. But Isiah Thomas is an unrestricted free agent, and I'm hearing crickets on Isiah Thomas's behalf, okay? What's going on there? Is he a desirable starting point guard in the NBA? Because I don't think so. I don't think teams think he's a desirable. The Lakers wouldn't have brought in Rajon Rondo if they thought that Isiah Thomas was a good point guard in the NBA. So I just was baffled by that. Like, he's not getting any press at all. So I'll be interested to see what happens with Isiah Thomas. Maybe he plays in, Europe next year. You never know.
Oh, big Europe guy.
Well,
who's the Suns point guard right now?
Sun?
They just drafted one, right?
No, I don't know. They had Elfrid Payton, but they let him walk.
I feel like they could use an Isiah Thomas. I really do.
Yeah, the Suns. Yeah, they definitely could.
I could see Isiah Thomas signing somewhere low like that, who are in need of a point guard, someone who's bottom 5 in the league.
Watch out for Phoenix next year.
You think so?
I think so.
They're so young.
They are
you
so
think they
young.
Can do it?
But I think they have in the process, okay, of a young, I'm not saying that they're going to be like this, but a young Curry, Clay, and Draymond, with DeAndre Ayton, Josh Jackson, and Devin Booker. However, they don't have that Curry point guard. They kind of go down a level at a 2, 4, and a 5. But I think they have the chance to be a young big 3 that they build on. I'm really excited for the Suns in the future. Really excited. I think they're going to be like hopefully bring him back to his Steve Nash days, Amari Stoudemire. What a team that was.
My only issue with the Suns is I don't see a big leader on that team. I see Devin Booker being a baller, but I don't see him being a team leader, someone to take control of his entire team.
You never hear him talk.
No.
Ever.
I mean, props to him for being below the radar and not drawing a ton of attention to himself, but you still got to take control of your team, man. You're easily the best player. You just signed a max deal.
Exactly. He's under the radar and scored 71 points in the game. Like, when does that ever happen?
And
lost, right. Right. So, yeah. We did mention the Nikola Jokic, which is huge. The Nuggets also re-signed Will Barton, who's their starting shooting guard, which is big. And this one was crazy to me. Fred VanVleet, the man signed for 2 years, $18 million. You're going to say, oh, that's nothing. Fred VanVleet, just in Ben Simmons' draft class, was undrafted. Ben Simmons was a rookie last year, obviously. Fred VanVleet in his second year. And Fred VanVleet was undrafted. Now he's making double what Ben Simmons is making. This man was almost sixth man of the year. Fred VanVleet out of Wichita State, the Shockers. This man is making a career for himself, and it really proves that even if you go undrafted, there's a path to the league for you. Except not you, LiAngelo Ball. You're just not good enough. You're just not good enough.
LiAngelo Ball, small baller confirmed.
Right. Right. I would have to agree. The Lakers made some other moves. We already mentioned getting Lance Stevenson, Rajon Rondo, JaVale McGee. They re-signed Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. They're making moves, but to me, they're getting rid of a lot of their salary cap for this coming year, meaning I don't think they're going to be making any more moves. So, like we said before, I just don't know what they're doing. Like, are you just waiting? Are you literally just taking this year off? Like, that's a yes or no question. Are they taking this year off?
I think they are.
Just to wait for the 2019 class?
Yes.
That's too bad. I wish I could see LeBron in a contending team. But I guess he would have stayed in the East if he wanted to do that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he'd stick with the Cavs if he wanted to be in the finals again.
Right, most definitely.
But I got to go back to my Thunder. I mean, you talked about Paul George, but what about the other star in the big three, right?
Oh, right, Russell Westbrook. Wait, you mean big two?
Russell Westbrook, Paul George.
Oh, Steven Adams. And then we also signed Jeremy Grant. Andre Roberson.
Roberson's coming back.
Who are we thinking of?
Hopefully they re-signed Corey Brewer.
Right.
Raymond Felton re-signed.
Jeremy Grant. Did you already say that?
Yeah,
right. I got nothing
Wasn't there
else.
one more? Maybe that was it.
No, I got nothing.
What was that whole thing about them being above the luxury tax line, though? What was that?
That washed up guy.
Oh, that siphon of talent.
Right, the 27 million. Carmelo
Anthony.
Anthony.
About him.
It's Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony.
He's still in the league?
Yeah, what?
He plays?
He told me he's not going to take a bench role. The dude's like a 68 on 2K, and he's going to start for a contending team? Deans, what's going on there?
Whose man's let this guy get $30 million on any team? If he did not re-sign on his player option, he would not be making a third of that. No team would pay him $10 million.
Oh, my gosh.
No team. But there is good news in this situation where the Thunder can get out of playing Carmelo Anthony. Because right now, all he does is sit mid-range, put up a mid-range shot, don't pass the ball.
Clank.
I mean, yeah, exactly. The good news in this situation, though, they can get rid of him. They can stretch waive. People have said they can trade him. I don't know who's going to trade for Carmelo Anthony, though.
No one is.
You're going to get nothing.
He's worth a third-round pick.
Right. That's about his worth right there.
But this stretch wave thing was pretty interesting because it basically, in easy terms, in a little metaphor here, it's like taking a punch in the gut right now and just paying him $30 million, $100 million in luxury tax, which is a little bit of money. That's
steep.
Or taking a couple Charlie horses the next couple of years by paying him a segment of his contract over the next couple of years.
Right.
So the punch in the gut, the paying him the $30 million this year, paying the luxury tax would give you room next year, a $30 million chunk in your cap space to sign someone else to complete, hopefully, that big three.
That isn't Carmelo Anthony.
That is not Carmelo Anthony. Please do not let it be Carmelo Anthony.
What if they did that and then in the offseason, like, Carmelo, will you take a bench role? No. Okay, we'll take you.
Yeah. Okay, you only get $25 million this year, then.
Right. That's probably something Presti would do. Just whatever you do after the season, don't have Billy Donovan as your coach. Get Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah.
That would be better than Billy Donovan for that team.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. So, guys, that was just a crazy week of NBA free agency. Obviously, we're not even done yet. Guys like Isiah Thomas, Clint Capela, still out there for their teams to re-sign or let loose. But guys, we are joined today by 4-star UCLA basketball commit, Jake Caimen. Jake, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
So, Jake, we're gonna get right into the interview real quick, and we're gonna keep it loose, but we do need to give a couple normal questions. So, you'll live only an hour or so from UCLA's campus. Was staying close to home important in your decision?
Yeah, it was a part of my decision. I mean, my mom went there, so it was definitely exciting when they offered me and my mom went there, and just being like close to home, and it just felt like home place to be at because it's just so close. And I've been up there so many times. So I mean, I was just excited, and it was a perfect fit.
Right when you were on campus, you're like, I know I'm going to come here, or was it like a little bit after that?
I mean, I've been up there since I was like a little kid,
Right.
Going up to watch alumni stuff with my mom, football games, basketball games, volleyball games and stuff because my mom played volleyball.
Oh, cool.
So, I mean, I've been up there plenty of times, and it just over the times I'm like, yo, I want to come here. This place is amazing. And who wouldn't want to go there? I mean, it's the best school in the country.
So you've been a fan of them your entire life? Like, that's been your school?
Yeah, it's been my dream school. And
That's
then
awesome, man.
It came true, which is amazing.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you.
All right. So none of us have ever been to California, Jake. And trust me, I have always wanted to. But you got to tell us, what is the best thing about living in California?
Definitely the beaches. The beaches and the weather is something else. I mean, you have like the big you have LA right there, a big city, and you're like Santa Monica, and then just go straight to the beach and just like it's just something else. Like the weather's nice. Like you got everything in California. I mean, you can drive like an hour to 5 hours and like towards the mountain. You go snowboarding. I mean, you have everything.
That's really cool. Here in Michigan, we have beaches because we live like 10 minutes away from Lake Michigan. But the thing is, we only can go to the beach like 2 months out of the year because the other times it's frozen. So that's kind of stinks. But that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
But in the summer, we do live in California.
Awesome.
Yeah, in the summer, it is almost like California. Like it is super, super nice where we're from. That is for sure.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. I mean, I know a lot of people that have like moved here, and like once they get here, they're like they can't leave.
Yeah, so let's go back to your college decision. I know you kind of touched a little bit about like why you went to UCLA, but when you're looking around at other schools, what were some major factors that played a role when you were making that decision?
Just where I fit in on the team is coming in as a freshman. If I'm going to get minutes, or if I have, not even if I'm going to get minutes, or even just have given the opportunity to play for minutes and stuff, and just being an impact player. I mean, I didn't really want to go to a school where I was going to sit on the bench for 3 years and then finally play senior year or something and get some minutes, because my goal is to go to the NBA, so I want to develop as I'm there. Play games and get better and better, and then get to the NBA.
That's awesome. And one way that you can like kind of get that exposure, that NBA exposure, is going to some of these camps. I saw you went to the Pangos All-American camp and the Top 100 camp, correct?
Yep, I went to both those.
That's awesome. What are those experiences like for you to go to those top-notch recruiting camps?
It's amazing. I mean, it's a blessing to be known as one of the best players in the country, obviously. And just playing against the best players is just the best thing you can do to get yourself ready to test yourself against the best players and see where you match up against people. And then it's just fun. It's all about having fun. I mean, getting to meet new people across the country that you wouldn't be able to meet anywhere else. We're also great at the game. So, I mean, basketball it's not just a sport to me. I use it as a life tool of learning things, but also just meeting new people and using it as a platform to do that.
Yeah, that's really cool. You can meet the best athletes in your sport all around the country. That's really cool. One thing that I did see on your Instagram from it was either the top 100 or the Pangos was your jelly video.
Oh yeah,
that was pretty dope. You working on your jelly a little bit?
Yeah, I got some jelly in me. I mean, I could dunk. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not that. I can't jump the highest.
Right.
So I kind of keep the jelly better than the jam.
Love that. And with doing all these basketball things, I mean, throughout your life, you've had to have played against some pretty decent players, right? So who's the best player you've played against?
Freshman year, high school, played against Lonzo Ball. You guys might have heard of him. I don't know.
Who?
Wait. Okay.
Who?
Okay.
Lonzo?
Hey, don't disrespect him, man.
He's got his own shoes.
So he was that good, huh? He was the best player by far you've ever played against?
Yeah, easily. We played him, and like the way he was just his mannerisms and stuff, it was like he wasn't even trying, and he had 30 on us like with ease.
Even with that shot?
Yeah, it was still going in.
All right.
He might need to improve it a little bit from his rookie to his second season in the NBA. But I'm sure, especially like at a high school level, and I mean the man can flat out play. So that must have been crazy. Was that AAU? Was that high school? What level was that?
School.
High school?
Yeah, high school. Mm-hmm. When he
So-
was at Chino, so I mean,
Right.
obviously they didn't lose a game, so you can be obviously lost by like 30 something.
Right. So were you getting minutes as a freshman over there at Santa Margarita?
Yeah, I started as a freshman, and then I started throughout my whole high school career.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. So we saw that you recently had the opportunity to play in the Drew League. What was that experience like?
Oh, it was amazing. Just getting to play against older people who have done it. They've played in the league. They played in the league. They played overseas in college, and they've been there. And just older guys, just to get reps. And really, it just at this point, it's just because I've already committed, so I'm not trying to prove myself to any coaches or anything. I'm just trying to develop and get as better as I can for college, and develop to get to the NBA. So I mean, there's no better way to play against the best people just to get better.
Do you believe that your game comes off the best against best competition?
I believe so. Yeah, there's been plenty of times where I've played some bad people and bad teams, and it's just like I've just played bad myself too, just because of the competition.
Right.
And it just like when I play better people, it just brings something out of me in myself to play better, obviously, and do the best I can.
I would like to toot your own horn for you because I watched a video of you going against Sharif O'Neal's team and you dropped 31 on his head. Okay, that's impressive, my man. That is impressive. Well done.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem. So to get away from on the court a little bit, you mentioned snowboarding. You can go to the beach anytime. But what is your favorite thing? If you only could do one thing off the court, what is that one thing you enjoy doing the most off the court?
I mean, I play video games a lot. That's what I'm probably not doing. If I'm not hanging out with friends or doing basketball and stuff, I'm probably playing video games and just chilling.
What game you playing?
Of course, you got to be playing Fortnite.
Right. We didn't even have to ask. We did not have to ask.
Xbox?
Hey, you playing on an Xbox, Jake?
Yeah, I play on Xbox.
That is my guy. Let's go. We've asked like 4 different guys, and they're pretty much all PlayStation. And I'm like, you guys are weak because you're playing in the weak lobbies.
PlayStation is trash. Don't get it twisted.
Confirmed.
Jake Caimen on the prattle confirms PS4 is trash. Appreciate that. So give me your high kill game. What's your high kill game?
I think I had 12 or 13 in I want to say a squad game.
Okay. And you getting those victory royales consistently, tell me, right?
Of course, I got over like 200 wins.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, exactly. I know people out there say they're nice. I bet you there's a bunch of people that are nice at the game. But I'm counting on it right now. I'm the best Fortnite player that you're ever going to talk to.
Oh, okay. Geez. Hey, listen, we talked to Jalen Wilson, the Michigan commit?
Yeah, I know him.
And he claims that he was one of the nicest Fortnite players. What do you think? You taking him on? You better than him?
Of course.
All right. We'll have to pass that on. All right, so this is a question for all the Fortnite players we've had on. We have to ask it to you. If you had the opportunity to either pump shotgun a kid for your high kill win or hit the game-winning 3, what are you taking?
Ooh.
The response every time.
I mean, I go to the game-winning three just because I pump shotgun kills for victory royales all the time.
Oh my God! This guy. Okay. This guy right here. He must be good. Hey, Jake, we'll play you.
You talk a big game. We got to test
We'll
it
play
out.
you. We'll play.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
got you.
All right. We'll play sometime. I'm not good. Don't play me, please. I'm really bad. But Landon's pretty good. Definitely. But yeah.
Anyway, off of Fortnite.
It's hard to get off.
Every one of these interviews goes to Fortnite. But if you can't play video games, I mean, you live in California, so you know how to surf, right?
I mean, I know how to surf. I've surfed a couple times, but I don't do it often. But I go to the beach a ton, though, because I live like 15 minutes away.
Is it like the song says, California girls? Like, come on, be honest with you.
I'm being 100% honest with you. Any other state, a girl is probably a 7 in California.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Must be nice.
Yeah. We don't have that luxury.
Yeah, wait, so how does that fare with ugly people?
Yeah, so like we're ugly, so how would that work?
I mean, I'm ugly myself, so. But
ugly gang?
In California, if you're ugly in California, you're probably like middle decent in another state.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely have a face for podcasting.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's why we're not on TV or anything.
Right. So, do you like the city of Los Angeles?
Oh, I love it. If I want to live there, I want to play for the Lakers. That's my dream right there.
Ooh.
Why not the Clippers?
Yeah.
Why do the Clippers get no love?
The Clippers, people who like the Clippers were just grown up to not like the Lakers. And so the Clippers have always been trash. They're always going to be trash. So that's just how it works. But if they move to a different city, which in my opinion would be the best thing for them, they get a bigger fan base. Plus it would be easier to get guys to come there. Because, I mean, if you want to go to L.A., you want to go and play for the Lakers, right? Obviously.
Right.
You don't want to come play for the Clippers if you want to go to L.A. So might as well move the city to a different city in a different state, and then you can get a bigger fan base, and then possibly get more free agents and stuff like that.
Which Kobe was better, number 24 or number 8?
I'm going to go with 24 just because I've seen him play more in 24 because I was older. But 8 was still a killer, though.
So you're telling me that Clippers fans are just Lakers haters?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's got to be a sad existence for the Clippers organization.
Clippers are just they just need them. They just got to leave. They just got to leave LA and they'll be good.
Get out of my
That's
face.
their one problem.
Just get out. Just get out. Back to the court a little bit, Jake. I've been watching my fair share of your film. First of all, okay, you can play. You can definitely play.
Thank you.
Attaboy.
Thank you.
But one thing that I noticed is that more than any of the guys that we've interviewed is you're a complete player, in my opinion. You're not just, chucking the ball up, shooting 30 shots a game, trying to get yours. You're getting your teammates open. You're playing great defense. Is that something you pride yourself on?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I've known people who played in the league. I've talked to people in college, and I've just learned the fundamentals since I was young. So, I mean, everyone wants to do this through the legs, behind the back, throw up lobs, water ball, dunk, everything, you know what I mean, to get a mixtape and stuff.
Right.
That's cool, don't get me right, in high school, but college coaches and NBA scouts and stuff, what they want is people who are going to make the pass and get someone open and get easy shots. They don't want flashy this, that. I mean, that looks good if it works in time and place for it, but they want just players that do the right thing, play hard, play defense, make open shots when you're supposed to, get to their spots. They're not taking 4 to 5 dribbles to look cool to get there. They're taking 1, 2 dribbles to get their spots, make a pass, make an open shot. And, I mean, that's what coaches want. So, I mean, I'm trying to do as much as possible, but as little as possible to do it.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that your style of game is kind of what the coaches are looking for. So did your recruiting into the bigger D1 schools start relatively early, or when did that kind of process start for you?
Schools looked at me throughout sophomore year and stuff, but it was about last year in June is when it really picked up because that's when they're allowed to talk to you finally through text and call. And I got calls from a bunch of coaches texting texting me and stuff, and they love my game through what I do and just being a complete basketball player and playing the right way. And, I mean, obviously when kids are younger, they stand out more to coaches just off their athleticism and what they can do, like I told you. But as the game progresses, I mean, everybody just wants a player who does the right things and does them well.
Right. So Toby kind of tooted your horn, as you said, on being a well-rounded player. But how about this? Gas yourself up a little bit. What's your biggest strength on the court?
Shooting by far. I mean, I've been told if you can shoot, you'll find your place on any court anywhere in the world. And, I mean, that's really what I do. I just want to play. So, I mean, if I can shoot, I'll be somewhere. I mean, and I'm not just a shooter. I mean, I can get to the basket. I can score off the post. I can do stuff mid-range. But, I mean, that also helps me. But if something really goes wrong and I'm, like, not going to play a lot and I need to focus on one thing, then I'll just sit in the corner and shoot or just sit and be a shooter. And I'll always be able to play.
That's awesome. So,
But, yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, you're good. You're good. That was about it.
Yeah. So you mentioned the catch and shoot. Is it more of the catch and shoot for you, or is it more, create your own shot? Because to me it looked more of a catch and shoot for your game.
Yeah, it's a catch and shoot for my game, but I definitely can dribble and come off screens and stuff and shoot too, while dribbling and pull ups and stuff. But I mean, catch and shoot is obviously easier and better, but I'm still just as efficient shooting off the dribble too.
So what you're saying is you can do anything, pretty much.
Pretty much. I can do everything but dunk a lot.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Not going to be throwing Zion Williamson dunks anytime soon.
No, don't throw me a lob. I'll probably just lay it up.
Jelly.
Jelly.
So on the flip side of that, what is one thing specifically that you're trying to improve on before you head to college?
Definitely my speed and quickness and athletic ability of just which helps with defense and just being faster, stronger, bigger, just like playing defense and just being quicker on the jump, come down the court, just making my jabs quicker and getting to spots quicker, being stronger, obviously, to be able to guard bigger defenders, stronger defenders, which also takes into getting in the paint and taking hits and stuff, and then just being a jump higher, which you just need to be able to jump if you're going to play anywhere just to get rebounds, or it's just given. So I got to work on that, and then my next best probably thing would be ball handling, just keeping my handles nice and stuff. Not too good where I'm Kyrie and stuff. I don't need to be Kyrie Irving, but I just need to be able to get to my spots and like Gordon Hayward, just like do the simple things just to get there.
Right. I'm going to ask you a little bit more of a personal question. At what age were you in your game where you're like, okay, I'm actually pretty good. I'm going to dedicate my time to this. When did that switch flip in your head?
It was about 6th, 7th grade. Throughout third to 5th grade, I want to say more like middle of 7th grade, actually. Like 3rd to 6th grade, I was always tall. So I was just playing post my whole life. I was just being a center and just being tall and getting rebounds and just putting putbacks and stuff. I wouldn't score more than like 4 points and stuff. And then finally when I got older, I just developed more and got more athletic and coordinated, and I started playing on the perimeter more. And my AAU coach when I was younger, where I played through my whole life, June Banks, taught me how to shoot the ball. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to shoot like I do today. And so I just started becoming a better player, and then usually like plays were being ran for me, and I started probably having like 15, 20 a game just normally. And then I just started like realizing like, I can be pretty good at this game. But I didn't think I'd be able to get a scholarship yet at that. I thought I was going to be that good. So then I just kept playing and being myself. And then I was on like a national AAU team where we went to nationals. And I was like doing really good over there against the best players in the country. I was like, I'm actually pretty good. So then I started as a freshman in high school, and then it just went from there.
Yeah, that's great. Just knowing that you're above everyone else, it's a pretty cool feeling.
Listen, none of us have ever had the luxury of not having that feeling.
I can imagine it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty cool. So did you play any other sports in high school, or did you just dedicate yourself to basketball?
I just dedicated myself to basketball in high school, but when I was younger, I actually played baseball for a while. And I'm not going to lie to you, I was actually better at baseball than I was at basketball until like 8th grade. which I quit in 8th grade, but just because I love the game of basketball more. But I was better at baseball. I'm not going to kid with you. I probably could have, if I stuck with that, I probably could have been a college pitcher, maybe to MLB. Who knows? But
That's awesome. So do you ever have any regrets for kind of focusing on one sport? Because me, I played 3 sports in high school, wasn't tremendous at any of them, but I always wondered, if I were to have specified in a sport, how that would have helped me out in the long run, maybe. But do you have any regrets for specifying on basketball?
Not really. I mean, basketball is my passion, so I've always loved it. I mean, I've had thoughts about wanting to play baseball again and stuff, and I like football and stuff too, but my passion is basketball. And when I was young, I played every sport. My dad made me play every sport, but not every sport, but get a feel for everything and see what I liked. So that I really had the focus and stuff of playing every sport when I was young, of soccer, baseball. I played football too, and then basketball, obviously. So those were great for me, which also helped me with my athletic ability and just being coordinated all around for every sport. And then when I got older, I kind of just started loving basketball, and that's how it happened.
Cool. One thing that I've at least noticed throughout this interview is you're a confident guy. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty confident. I mean, I don't speak about it out loud.
Right.
I'm not telling people.
Right, yeah, it's definitely not a bad thing.
Yeah, but I'm a confident for sure.
Yeah, so one thing that I always wondered about, especially being a confident individual, looking at your recruiting, your scores or whatever, whether it be 247, Rivals, ESPN, anything like that, does that matter to you at all?
I mean, to me, no, it really doesn't matter. I mean, in the long run, the only thing that matters is what number you're picked in the draft and how you do, and that's what I care about. And really, rankings don't mean anything. I've heard stories of people who are ranked number 1 and then they're seen working at a McDonald's or something. So, it really doesn't matter to me. I just bet myself in getting better, and if I'm getting better, then that's all I care about.
Right, and you already got your offer to UCLA, so NBA's next step for you, basically doing as much as you can at UCLA.
Right.
And you talked about the draft, and speaking of guys who are in the league already, who made it there, who do you compare yourself most to that's in the league right now?
In the league right now, my game, I'd probably compare it to Gordon Hayward. Not so much as jumping, because I with him obviously, but all-around game, I'd put myself up to Gordon Hayward.
That's cool. Do you know who Iggy Brzdikis is at all? He's from Canada, going to Michigan.
I don't think so, no.
Okay, it's interesting because he also said Gordon Hayward, and I can see the similarities in your guys' game a lot. So it's kind of cool that you guys are able to identify that. That's pretty cool.
But it's also because he's white.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he is also white. Yeah, that's also true. That is also true. Okay, so PBs, you guys know what we like to do at the end of our episodes. Jake being so nice to join us tonight. He's going to join us on our segments, and today we are doing Big 3. You know you guys love Big 3. And today, guys, we've never been to California, as we said, but Jake, the man, lives in California, going to go play at UCLA. Guys, we're going to do California stereotypes. What is that? How does that sound? Dane, sound good?
Love that.
Sound good?
Perfect.
Jake, sound good? Yeah. All right, hey,
Yep.
You're going to tell us if these are accurate, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right, guys, snake draft, I'm going first. Sound good?
Oh.
I know.
Jake, do you want a snake draft or a fixed draft?
Ooh.
Let's snake it.
Yeah, let's snake it.
TCB gets lost in the snake sometimes.
I do sometimes have a hard time with snake draft.
All right, start it off, TC.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to go, my first pick of California stereotypes, it's got to be those short shorts, those Cali swag shorts, man. DJ Wilson, he plays for played at Michigan, now is a Milwaukee Buck. He kind of brought it to my attention, and I'm like, he said it was a California thing. Jake, is this true?
Yeah, that's very true. Everybody's shorts are pretty much higher than their knees, about a couple inches. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I don't get that because I have the palest thighs ever. I don't want anybody seeing those.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They live in California, so they tan.
Yeah, It's sunny out here. My thighs are pale too, so don't get me wrong. But
okay.
Yeah, I wear short shorts too.
Okay, fair enough. Deans, you got next pick?
All right, yeah, we're 1 for 1.
Yeah, we're 1 for 1. There we go.
So you mentioned this earlier in our interview. Does everyone know how to surf?
Not everyone, no. Not everyone knows how to surf. Because, I know people that live around here, but they don't go to the beach a lot and stuff. But there's people who are dedicated and they go to surf every morning at 5 a.m. and surf and stuff. But No, not everyone knows how to surf.
So, but is it like weird when you're like, when you see a situation where someone's like, let's go surfing, and the dude's like, I don't know how, or like, no thanks. Like, is that weird?
Not really, because, I mean, like, people really have, like, their cliques and stuff of, like the surf buddies and stuff. No one's like, yo, let's go surfing. Like, it's more like, let's go to the beach and chill.
Right.
But, like,
Gotcha.
No one's like, no, I don't want to go to the beach. Like, everyone wants to go to the beach if they have time and stuff, so.
Right, so Deans, you're wrong.
Yeah,
1 for 2.
Sorry, fellas. Pop, what you got?
Pop, you get 2 picks, man.
Yes, sir. First one, music festivals.
Oh.
Coachella sticks out to me. Is that right, Jake?
Yes, you're very much so. I'm pretty sure every girl in my school is like goes to Coachella. Like, it's like Coachella weekend, and like Friday in class, there's like 10 people in my class.
And you're one of them?
No, I don't go. I don't have the time and stuff because I got basketball and stuff. I mean, I'd like to go. I wish I could go, but
Right.
every girl and every dude and stuff is at Stagecoach and Coachella. It's ridiculous.
That's awesome. Pop, you got it. 2 for 3.
Yep. I'm going with songs about California.
Oh.
We got one that comes to mind is California Girls, Katy Perry.
Hotel California.
Hotel California.
There's a lot of them. Jake, do you think that there's a lot of songs about California?
There are definitely a lot of songs about California, and we do listen to them, but like we don't listen to them as much as maybe people think. I'm not sure, but we do listen to them. But it's not like we're bumping it every song on replay.
3 for 4. Attaboy, Pop.
Feel bad because I'm the only one that got one wrong.
Right.
Okay, so how about this one? So everyone, I think this one's going to be right, okay? So in California, you've kind of mentioned it, everyone likes to go to the beach. Like everyone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
If you live close to the beach, you like to go to the beach.
Heck yeah.
Was that yours?
That was mine, yep.
Okay. All right. 4 for 5. Well done. I'm thinking that this one might be wrong, but when I think of California, I think of all these like YouTube personalities, all these celebrities, and like when you open your door, you just automatically see 5 celebrities. Like in California, you're seeing a bunch of celebrities. Jake, is this true?
I've seen plenty of celebrities before, yeah. Maybe not as much as you think, like not down the street, like, yo, there's so-and-so, Kendall
Right.
Jenner's there. But like you definitely see celebrities like a ton more than you would anywhere else for sure.
Have you met Kendall Jenner or seen her at least?
I don't think so. I wish I'd seen her, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Fair enough. And I have my last pick. It's got to be the In-N-Out Burger. I mean, when I think of California, that's the first thing I'm thinking of is In-N-Out Burger. Is that right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Hey,
100%,
listen,
yes.
I thought your reaction,
In-N-Out
you
Burger.
died. I thought you died. Like, you were like, oh, like, but you're okay, right? You just like In-N-Out Burger a lot.
No, In-N-Out Burger is yes. It's 100% thumbs up. I'm eating In-N-Out Burger. Like In-N-Out's like go-to. Like you're like, oh, what should I eat? I'm not sure what to eat. Like, yo, you guys want to go In-N-Out? We're like, yeah, let's go.
I got an unpopular opinion real quick. In-N-Out is garbage.
What?
Like, yeah, it's so bad, dude.
No, it's not. You're tripping.
Hey, Jake, have you ever been to Chick-fil-A?
Of course I've been to Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is pretty good.
Chick-fil-A is 10 times better than In-N-Out Burger.
No.
Okay, all right. So
Chick-fil-A is good. Don't get me wrong, but In-N-Out's better. Have you had animal fries? Have you had the animal style fries?
No. I don't even know what you just
Okay.
said.
Then you haven't experienced In-N-Out.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Wait, have either of you actually been to In-N-Out Burger?
Yes, I have. I definitely have. Pop, have you?
No, I haven't.
You just got to be the pessimist. Deans, you got your last pick.
All right, yeah. Last one of the big three. So you mentioned video games. Is California just a big game of GTA? Just give me a yes.
Somewhat. I mean, yeah. I mean, there is crime and stuff, but like, I mean, the map is like exactly like Los Angeles, though. I mean, like, I've drove in GTA. I'm like, yo, I've been there. Like, but like, I don't think it's a big game in GTA, but it looks like GTA. I'll give you that.
So you literally drive the video game car down roads that you've actually driven down?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. I've
All
drove
right.
roads. I've driven down. I've
Yeah, that
been
counts.
places I've been. I'm like, yo, what's up? I've been here. And like, it's just pretty cool to see where you live and stuff in a game.
Gosh, I want to go to
That counts.
California
That
so
counts.
bad. I want to go to California so bad.
All right, my last one. I got earthquakes. Is that
Yeah,
right?
I mean, earthquakes, they do happen, but it's not often. Probably like I mean, I don't remember the last time I experienced an earthquake, but they're not like big. Like they're just like when I'm sleeping. I mean, I'm a deep sleeper, so I don't even feel it. But it's just like a 3-0, like simple, like 5 seconds. Like it shakes and it's done.
All right, gotcha.
So, Jake, I would say that the news or the media has definitely portrayed California in a pretty realistic light. We got almost all of them right.
Yeah, I mean, Cali's the way you want to go. I mean, if you haven't been, you should definitely come. Come down to SoCal. I'll say what's up, But yeah.
Yeah, there you go. We'll definitely have to come. Last year I went to a UCLA Michigan game. Too bad it was in Ann Arbor. Maybe we'll have to make the trek all the way to a UCLA game to watch our boy Jake Caimen ball.
Yep, that's going to be great.
Awesome.
It'll be a good one.
Well, Jake, from the bottom of our hearts, man, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We had a blast. I don't know about you. You have fun?
Yeah, I had a good time. It was fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, not a problem. And we'll definitely have to see you in the lobby of Fortnite coming up because you play on the Xbox and not the trashy PS4.
Yeah, PS4 is trash. Don't get it twisted. Xbox is the wave. And, add me. We'll play some Fortnite together. Straight dubs coming your way.
Straight dubs coming your way. Sounds great. Jake, again, thanks for joining us, and have a great night. Sound good?
Yep, thank you.
All right, cool.
All right, PPs, thanks for tuning in. You know what that was? That was the best ep yet. Ep 30 for the Prattle. Jake, thanks so much for coming on again, man. And PPs, we'll catch you soon, all right? See ya.